We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and of course, SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Wednesday to ya. It's hump day. We're here to get over it. Good to see you. I'm Stuttering Craig. Man, do we got a good one today. Lots to talk about, lots of quick hits. We got a lot of quick hits, a lot of fast-paced stories going. Hello, Blabs. How are you?
Hi, I like pickles. I feel like I haven't said that in a while, and so I just felt the need to say it.
Well established. Thank you for
Well,
sharing.
somebody said it in the chat. They were like, pickles. I was like, you know what? You're right. So, pickles.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Arch, your thoughts on pickles?
The devil's fruit?
All right. Never heard that.
Why?
Never heard that when it comes to the pickle. Why is the pickle the devil's fruit?
It's
Disgusting, sour, abysmal.
But
Nothing would be lost from the world if we just eradicated pickles.
But cucumbers are vegetables, aren't they?
Yeah.
Considered
they are.
vegetables.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, they have seeds in them. And that is technically classified as a fruit, isn't it? But it's a vegetable.
Hey, do we know how to podcast or what? Let's go. Let's go.
These are the
Then what
serious
is a
questions.
tomato?
Yeah, it's like a tomato.
Tomato.
Not really a
tomato.
vegetable, it's a fruit.
All right. Well, look, we're off to a rip-roaring start today. Pickle talk, tomato talk. And you guys, what?
Better
Hey,
than monkey brains, okay?
No. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Young monkey brain talk was fascinating yesterday.
No, it was atrocious. Never again.
Arch, listen. Would you, if the money was right, divulge in monkey brains?
If the money was right,
And we'll
be that
never know.
Look at that face. Screen got that face. That is, yes, let's go. Oh, there it is.
Got it. Ah, shit. Hello. Nothing happened.
Arch, we lost you. You said if the money was right, what?
if the money was right, I'd eat monkey brain, but I'd never go full BBC and eat human brain.
Full BBC. What's that about?
Oh, haven't you seen this? A BBC reporter was talked into eating human brains at one point, so as to not be culturally insensitive.
Oh, as to not be culturally insensitive. How did
Yes.
What was the logic there?
Whose culture?
Yeah.
I think native Australian or something.
It's always them.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, we certainly don't want to be culturally insensitive. Speaking of, Blast Tyrant came in with the $20 super chat. Says, I just want to say that yesterday's show was very insensitive. There are many non-Asian cultures from around the world that also eat dogs. Just ask the people of Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go, Blast Tyrant. Hey, that's our first Montez Super of the day. We're going for 10 of those bad boy, those oranges right there. Wait a second. Wait a second. So you're telling me, where's that clip that you showed me before the show, Blabs?
Oh, you mean this?
Make sure you turn in. This is a Side Scroller exclusive.
You're telling me that's culturally insensitive? Oh, man. Hey, give it up for Blast Tyrant again. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. We got a lot going on today. Glad you're here. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Do us a favor. Make it a part of your routine to hit that thumbs up button anytime you watch any of our content or any type of Arch's content, but nobody else's. Nobody else's. only here. So subscribe if you're new. Join the 116,000 just normal men. Glad you're with us. Go find us on social. All that stuff is down below. You can watch clips of the show anywhere else. We always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, what do we have today?
I'm not watching it, Arch. I won't do it. No. Dad. Anyway, February 12th, everybody, is a Nintendo Day. We have Super Mario Bros. 3 released in 1990. We have the Wii Play, which everyone was shitting on me for my love for Wii Play that was released, back in 2007. Shout out the table. And then Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 was released in 2015. Yay!
I'm sorry. I know that's a really big day with Mario 3, obviously.
And we play.
Yeah. Mario 3. Arch put the video to the guy eating.
I know. I totally got distracted too. That's why I'm saying I don't want to watch it.
I have been distracted by that.
Please don't put it up.
I think I may. I think I might. But obviously, the biggest game released today is Mario 3. We all understand that. Arch, do you have any Mario 3 memories?
I think I played it on, unironically, a Chinese knockoff disc version or something. Because, it was this one. Because there was a weird collection disc on the Super Nintendo, which came with Super Mario 3 and a bunch of other Nintendo games, Mario games.
You talking about Super Mario All-Stars?
Wasn't that?
I mean, that was the first ever re-release.
No. It wasn't All Stars. It came with All Stars on the cartridge as well.
Oh, so it was like one of those giant hacked ones that had all the games on it.
Yes, I have no idea where I got it from. That's my only memory of it.
Well, I mean, Mario 3 it's the GOAT of NES games for sure. It maximized the Nintendo Entertainment System and all. I would love to hear your thoughts of Mario 3, Normal Man. Obviously, the greatest scene in movie history is that of the Wizard from the 1989 Fred Savage classic, where they unveil Super Mario Bros. 3 for the first time. Arch, please tell me you've seen that scene.
Nope.
Oh, fuck. Listen, Arch, as cultured as you are, you're not cultured.
Differently cultured, differently abled.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look. Let me just I'm going to show you this at the end. Let me just kind of give you a quick rundown of everything you need to know here. This is the very, very end of a giant video game competition. We may get flagged for this, but you know what? I got to be honest, I don't care. This is Video Armageddon. After little Jimmy Woods has made his way across the entire United States to compete against Lucas Barton. Lucas Barton is the bad guy in this movie. But the final game of Video Armageddon is the greatness, for the first time ever unveiled to the world, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Super Mario Brothers 3!
Seen for the first time ever as little Craig goes, "Hoo!" and doesn't even know what "hoo!" means. Was amazing. I loved it. What'd you think of that, Arch, huh? What'd you think of that?
Cool little collaboration.
Oh man, was it Fred Savage in there? It's great stuff. Anyways, yes. I've said many times that movie shaped me as a human. I've very much done events inspired by the Wizard and Video Armageddon. As a matter of fact, we may be doing more of those as we move into 2025. But with that said, Mario 3 is the GOAT. Congratulations, Mario 3, for being released today, 35 years ago. Some other noticeable games, Blabs, that you may have missed include Wing Commander 4. That's a PC game for you, Arch. Do you ever play classic Wing Commander?
I was a free space kind of guy, so no.
Well, what's free space? I don't know what that is.
Free Space was another space shootery style game, revolutionary for its time, incredible graphics, and a great storyline with a fantastic twist. And since this was before the age of the internet, where every twist before the game releases, They had some serious impact. Excellent series of games. Well, duology more on it, I guess.
Well, another game to release today, which I guarantee you've never played, was NBA Hoops for the PlayStation. That's 24 years ago in 2001. 23 years ago in 2002, State of Emergency was released for the PlayStation 2, which those who played it, no, it was good. Lost Odyssey was released 17 years ago for the Xbox 360, and Wipeout Pulse was released for the PSP in 2008. So lots of games. Oh, and Jump Force. Do you remember Jump Force? Jump Force. It was the fighting game of all the anime characters. That was released 6 years ago in 2019. Jump Force of all things.
Yeah, but we play.
Yeah, but we play.
Dude, come on. You can't tell me that wasn't fun with the little tank game. And then the cow where you were ran as a cow and you had to jump over hurdles and you had to like race each other as a cow.
That was awful. I hate you now.
Like Arch appeared. Arch went full screen to tell you how bad he felt it for you there, Blabs.
Whatever, man. I like the we play.
Hey, Cold Acid wants everybody to know that tomatoes are technically a type of berry. And that is true.
Which is a fruit.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much for that, Cold Acid. And Corona Soul came in with number 2 today of 10. Says, thanks for performing all the scripts yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Well, good for you, because we are bringing back Rush Hour 4 in a major way. They're going to be regulars on our show coming up. We're going to see them 2 times in the next month, guys. So Rush Hour.
Yeah, actually
4.
I booked them last night for real.
Woo, that's
Dead
good.
ass, no cat.
Oh, thanks. Bet. Right, Blabs?
Bet on it, bro.
That's right.
I'm doing too much.
Bet. And give it up for Spring Mage, who gifted a membership to the channel, as well as B. Barrett over on Rumble. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. That is excellent. And look at Ghost of Pinochet says, we play was very fun when you were drunk with friends. Just saying. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Blast Tyrant says, also, per request of Blabs, Craig is cool. Tell me something we don't already know there.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
They wanted me to tell you that they thought you were cool. And I was like, no, tell them yourself. Because I'm afraid you just get a big ass ego and a head and everything. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that.
Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you.
That.
No. Can I be very honest with you? When you're 43 years old, you're not cool. And I think we all understand that. All right. And I'm totally on board with that. I'm just a normal man, Blabs, who is not cool at all.
Yes.
Yeah. Cookie Kaiju is cool with the 20 Canadian dollars. Says, we play was so much fun. Montez agrees. Oh,
it was so much fun. The real funny thing is that my mom was absolutely obsessed with Wii Sports and Wii Play. So she would play the tennis one. She would always ask me to set up the Wii for her so she could play tennis. You know, it's a little Italian lady going playing tennis with herself basically on the Wii. And then the table one, like the pool, where you just go out and play pool. She would do that all the time. She'd be like, set up the Wii for me. I want to play this. It was so fun. I loved it. Exactly.
It was great. Spartan has a question. Where are my blokes and cloaks at?
Right. So I've kind of like called it off because it's so freaking heavy and hot to wear one. And poor Arch has armor on his. So he's basically like drowning in every other Wednesday in stream. So mine's in my closet.
Part of it.
Yeah.
I got my cloak over here.
Yeah, but yours are like a handkerchief. Ours are actually like legit ones.
I got my cloak. I'm a bloke in a cloak.
Also, I'm not a bloke, so that doesn't really work for me. But yeah.
There you go. Now I got the best cloak.
I mean,
of them
if
all.
we all have hoodies, we could do that and just be like, oh well, gang, I'm a Sith Lord now. My hood's too big.
That's how I feel.
I think
Luigi
I
says,
own only a single hoodie because I'm civilized, so I wear shirts like a grown up.
Like a grown up. Oh man. We're so uncultured. Every time I talk to you, Arch, I feel so uncultured. It's ridiculous. Despite knowing that the Wizard existed in 1989, I still feel incredibly uncultured compared to you.
All I know about that movie is California.
Wait. You're talking about me being uncultured, Mr. Arch. You eat weird food.
Listen, we can have this culture. You know, Blabs, I think you're being very culturally insensitive right now.
I'm not gonna. No. Do not pull that up, please.
No, you are. No, you are. I think you are.
I didn't want to do it.
And I think that the best way to do this would actually be to see this guy eat human brains.
Please, we have to.
Does he
Arch,
actually?
Why would you do this to me? I thought we got along so well.
Arch, I see this video. Does he actually eat the human brains?
I think that's a different clip. I think this one is just him talking to the cannibals and then making him food and then threatening to eat him if he doesn't stop talking.
Let's see what happens here. Eat my own flesh.
I see. Why do
I will cut off your head if you keep talking so much. Oh.
feel like this may have been a mistake? Maybe he just like somebody distracts him and then I just leave.
That is such a great example of just, you know, fuck around and find out, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, I guarantee you, this guy was like, "Oh, old culture, beautiful. Let me have a talk with this fascinating gentleman." And then he's like, "Shit, he actually eats people.
He's actually eating people. He's gonna cut off my head. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be here anymore."
If you could just distract him and I'll run off, yeah, that'll do really good for you, buddy. Right? They'll be very warm to that idea of seeing you run off, just seeing your back and you skipping away. Like, woo. Anyways, does he eat the brains?
Yes, in a different clip, I think. Now, BBC has a long history of this. There was also this, where a man from the BBC took meat from his own leg to cook it and eat it.
Oh, that's good. This is.
Can we just change topic?
Good for him. Good for this guy.
This was during 2016, during the height of the all cultures are beautiful epidemic.
That's right. It's been well established that all cultures are beautiful and wonderful.
Indeed.
And they're the best. Well, thank you for that, Arch. We got a lot going on today. Glad you're here. We're going to talk about American culture here in a minute. And I got a peak American story for you guys in just a second. But first, ADDF Toxic says, growing up in the 90s, we had the NES with Super Mario Brothers, Mario 3, Dr. Mario, Monster Party, then skipped all the consoles until the GameCube. So I have a lot of memories of Mario 3. We even got the system up and running at Christmas. Let's go, ADDF Toxic. Thank you so much for your support. Some great memories of Mario 3 for sure. JJ Sickman says, I'm here for the cloaks. Ah, well, I'll stay for the game discussion. There you go. Thank you so much, JJ Sickman. And Bizarre Star came in with a 10 over on the direct donation side. Said, careful, Craig. You know what Carlito does to people who don't want to be cool. That's true. Thank you, Bizarre Star. He spits. I believe he spits the apple in people's face who don't want to be cool. Carlito cool, that is. All right. Speaking of cool, let's get into some American culture, baby. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Hard News. Now, Arch, is Valentine's Day a celebrated holiday in your neck of the woods?
Celebrated would probably be taking it a bit far, but it's observed as a holiday where people spend money.
I think that's a great way to say it. It's very much the same over here in the United States. It's an excuse. I don't know this, but it's been the long theorized idea that Valentine's Day was created by the greeting cards companies to push the idea of having to buy a greeting card or a Valentine's Day card or chocolate for your loved one. Which, can we just give it a break a little bit? It's been 6 weeks since Christmas. I'm just saying, it's been 6 weeks. Do we really need to show our wives, girlfriends, daughters, husbands, whatever, that you love them 6 weeks after Christmas? I'm just saying, you know.
Do you have White Day in America?
Well, it depends who you talk to. I would say that some people feel like
every day is White's Day, apparently.
That is true.
What is that?
That's a very insensitive topic considering the pallor of our current cast.
Don't assume my race.
That's right, and I am a black lesbian.
But White Day is the tradition where you receive the chocolate on Valentine's Day and then you give a gift back on White Day. That was the idea.
And how much further, what's the difference between Valentine's Day and White Day? Is it like a day, a week? Like what's...
I think, is it a week? I don't remember now. It's not that long, I think.
Okay.
Either a week or a
White
month. One of the two.
Day is celebrated in China Friday, March 14th, 2025. So the same day as Valentine's Day.
Well, you said March 14th. That's a month later.
Oh, I forgot what month it is. Yeah, so one month after.
So you reciprocate with another gift back too, huh?
Yep.
Yes, which is not a custom we observe in the West because women are used to taking, not giving. Badumtish.
Hey,
You want to talk about it, Arch?
Bada boom.
So it seems like it's mostly Asian. Like Japan, China. I'm seeing maybe even Korea.
Okay.
So if anyone who's Asian, we should have had Philip on again. If anyone's Asian, please let us know if you celebrate this.
We should ask him here in a couple of weeks when he's back on.
And be like, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, is he even scheduled for March 14th? Let's just check real fast. Darn, no, he's not. March 4th.
Okay. Well, we can lead up. We can see if he plans on celebrating White Day when we see him again. Put a little note on that.
Yep, doing it now.
With all that said, Valentine's Day is just 2 days away, Arch. And there's always great gimmicks that come out of it. Companies are always trying to capitalize on capitalism. And Domino's Pizza is one of those. First and foremost, do you have Domino's where you live?
I think there's one in the capital. That's about it.
Okay. Domino's Pizza is a massive chain here in the United States. It serves mediocre pizza, but also at the same time, it is good. You know, it's adequate when you need it. It's not the best by any means, but, you know, it's relatively affordable pizza at a relatively edible, you know, pizza. So, but they have launched a brand new perfume ahead of Valentine's Day, a pepperoni perfume. Arch, would you ever? First off, have you ever? Is pepperoni pizza a thing for you?
Yeah, of course, pepperoni pizza is a thing.
Okay.
Pizza
Okay, I
with
don't know.
sausages on it. What the hell?
Well, listen, I don't know. I know that in other parts of the world, kind of there are, you know, in Japan, they put hot dog on pizza and weird things like that. So we don't do that here in the United States. And I understand that it's just meat on pizza, but hell, I don't know. So, okay. But the idea now of wearing pepperoni as a scent, I bet Blabs, you love that.
What the fuck? No, I wouldn't. Especially Domino's. That's not even real. It's probably like plastic.
Well, no, Blabs. It's pepperoni scented perfume.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, Domino's food in general is just plastic, right? It's not good. It's not real. So just imagine the perfume of it. It's even worse. No thanks.
Yeah,
Hard now.
I gotta agree. I think that would be more of a question mark moment. You lean in and your girl smells like greasy pizza. Do you mention that? Honey, you smell like greasy pizza today.
It's like, oh yeah, babe, I love the way you smell like grease. Like, ew, no.
What's that, Arch? I'm sorry.
I think I'd be very hesitant to make that compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is the type of meat that you'd be open to smelling like? If you had to wear some sort of fragrance.
That's just phrasing right there. It's hilarious.
If I had to smell like meat, what meat would I like to smell like?
Yeah, Arch.
Complicated question.
This is why people come to our show, Arch. They want the hard-hitting questions.
Notice how he says the word hard.
Listen, Blabs, what meat would you like to smell like?
Could definitely not answer that one. Anyway, that's the show, everybody. Bye.
Blabs is gone. Okay, there we go. I think the correct answer, as the chat has pointed out multiple times, is indeed bacon. Bacon is the way to go. 1000%.
Is it though? Because then you're going to get some pointed questions like, why do you wash yourself in bacon grease?
I think the better question is who wouldn't want to wash themselves in bacon grease?
You know, the correct answer really should be you should smell like human meat, because we used to make soap out of human dead people.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm
But
not.
who would want to lather themselves in like bacon grease and all that? Just think of the acne. No, thank you.
You know, on cue, Kratos came in with the 20, says it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for cannibalism. Let's go. All right. Thank you, Kratos. Appreciate that greatly. Okay, I'm just going to move on from this segment. Perfume talk.
Way to go.
fragrance talk. You know, it's okay. We'll get
Oh,
there.
wait, we should ask Jeff tomorrow because he collects all these weird perfumes. Remember?
Does he?
Yeah, we talked about it on the show once. Like he would try like the Auntie Anne's perfume and he would just buy it just solely for like the collecting bit. So I'll put in tomorrow's document like, Jeff, are you weird? Would you buy this?
Yeah, you know, I think that is, if there's a way to buy it, maybe we should try it. Maybe we should try it out. I
You
think
can. I won't. Mm-mm.
No, I'm going to send it to you.
No. I'll mail it back and be like, no, thank you.
Could you hold on? I'm just imagining you spraying this on you, walking outside in Guam, and then just getting attacked by wolves.
Bears and shit. Yeah, the bears are coming for me. My neighbor's dog's like, what do you got?
Just constantly just having your leg humped by a dog because you smell
Thanks,
like
man.
pepperoni. Oh my god. New York Giants fan came in with the 10, and the dad joke says, his podcast starts when I'm getting ready to leave for work. That's why I only tell a joke and don't contribute anything else. I listen to it on my hour-long drive-thrus. Hey, New York Giants fan, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Glad we can keep you company throughout the day, my dude. Also, Jason just says, when Jelly Belly made the Harry Potter every flavor beans, what? Did they do this, Blabs? Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, that's the candy that tastes absolutely disgusting, like vomit and stuff like that. It's been around actually since like 2000.
Okay.
But it wasn't made by Jelly Belly then.
They were deciding what to do for the throw up flavor, and they remembered that their pepperoni flavor was highly disliked. Really? So
I've never tried the pepperoni flavor, so I can't confirm this, but the vomit is absolutely disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
We should make you eat these jelly beans on a video.
No, are you doing I get that every year, the Jelly Belly Bean Boozle thing. That's like a Christmas.
Yeah, but these are like Harry Potter Birdie Bots every flavor beans, and they're like absolutely like some of them are okay, but some of them is like grass and earwax and vomit.
Yeah, it's like Bean Boozled. Yeah.
Yeah, and make you do it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. New York Giants fan came in and says, "Dad, joke of the day. The other day I bought a thesaurus, but when I got home and opened it, all the pages were blank. I have no words to describe how angry I am. Let's go. Hey, that's culture right there, Arch. It's a good culture joke. Thanks.
I don't think America has any culture.
I'm gonna dump your tea now, bitch.
Let him know, Blabs. Let him know. That's true. John came in with the 10, says, White Day on March 14th. In some places, it's called Steak and BJ Day. Okay, John. Nice. And give it up for this crazy name. They're a brand new member, and thank you for that. I don't know how to say thank you because I don't know how to say your name. And Paul says, fun fact regarding pizza, real Italian pizza is margarita only, not even a perfect circle. Fun YouTube video told me so. See, there you go. It's good. All right. Let's move on. We just talked about pepperoni. That's Italian, but also kind of American. Saw this clip even before it was posted on our run sheet. The title simply is The European Mind Can't Comprehend This. Arch, what can you tell us about monster trucks?
One of many idiotic American inventions that have no place in a civilized society, produced primarily to create excess of waste.
Arch, I'm going to take your civilization and we're going to run over it with a monster truck. Let's go!
That's right. I want to drive one day.
Flips, Arch. Can your cars do backflips?
No, they're sensibly constructed.
That's right. That's
drive on the roads.
Nothing.
This is sensible. This is off-roading because in America there's wild terrain.
There's nothing sensible about the Gravedigger being able to do a backflip.
This is totally sensible. What if there's a ramp one day and you have to drive over it?
And we're gonna ramp right into Norway and just crush all your culture in one fell swoop. Check this out. Can your cars do that? Jump 40 feet in the air, come down, bounce off the ground, do a little flippity flop, then land on the ground and do this? Huh? Can't do that, Arch? Do you like that? What do you think of that?
That's wild.
Woo! Oh my! Look at you standing O in the crowd, Arch.
That is
Standing
pretty
O.
cool.
As they say, small minds are easily amused.
Hey, let's watch it again.
I feel like, Craig, have you ever seen the tractor pulls?
Of course, I've seen the tractor.
Okay, right. So I've obviously seen a whole bunch of those. I feel like Arch would be the one guy in the crowd going like, "This is boring. Fuck all of you." He just walks away.
Mm-mm. You don't
Have you
find
ever
that
seen a tractor pull, Arch?
Arch.
I have seen tractor pulling, yes.
And what do you think of it?
It's silly and boring.
I told you. I told
Arch.
you.
It's like 40 feet in the air. It just ramped off a giant hill of dirt. And look at all these people watching it. This is spectacular. All it needs all it needs is an eagle flying and some fireworks in the background. That's it. It's going to be the greatest, most American thing in the world.
The most American thing in the world.
Yeah.
The rest of us created opera, fine arts, the Mona Lisa, the mathematics system.
Mm-hmm.
America created cars that bounce.
Hell yeah, we did. Let's go.
Well, that's not the greatest thing, but you get our point.
Oh my God. All right. Well, let's see. Then I guess the answer is true. The European mind cannot comprehend what they just witnessed right there.
Unironically, I think so. I saw something even worse at one point where they were just running cars off a cliff to watch them tumble. And you gotta understand, cars in Europe, 50% of the cost is fees and tariffs.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we wouldn't throw one off a cliff.
I mean, look at Tom Cruise for his stunt for Mission Impossible. He was just wasting motorcycles one after the other, so...
Mm-hmm.
Just toss them right off the ledge, baby.
That's literally what he was doing. He was just riding them off a mountain.
Off the ledge. Let's go. Oh my God. Dirt is King says, I would be up for my hypothetical girlfriend smelling like pepperoni, but I cannot smell perfume as they all smell like moonshine. Never got the appeal of perfume. Me neither. Never. Perfume is not a thing for me.
It can be nice if it's subtle, but my only real memories of perfume is riding the bus whilst I was studying in Oslo and having a girl, is all I can describe her, sit down next to me and feeling my nose burn. And it's just the overpowering scent of perfume, almost pure alcohol, just like, oh.
This was in
smelling salts.
You said this was like in middle school for you?
No, this was all studying in the capital, so
okay.
Post-college.
University.
So in America, it's not perfume, it's Axe body spray, and then it's teenage boys.
Oh my God, is it? PTSD.
Oh my God. Hey, give it up for once again this person with a crazy hand coming in with that's 10 Bulgarian lev. I just searched that up. Thank you very much.
Hello.
It's wonderful.
Hello.
Appreciate your
We
Bulgarian
too
money.
have hands.
Bullet Shepherd came in and says the Norwegian mind simply cannot comprehend the Chad monster truck. This has been well established in the last 5 minutes. Yes, thank you, Bullet Shepherd. And DB Wild says, I would kindly disagree with Arch that America is uncultured. Our culture is both love and shit on other cultures at the very same time. That's right. See, DB Wild gets it. Love that. And Adrian says, I don't see the Norwegian flag on the moon.
But I do see the Norwegian flag in America. That's the problem.
Mm-mm. You know, this is actually a really good point. It says, Arch, don't y'all chase cheese down a mountain?
We probably do.
What?
Hold on.
Have you not seen that? It's like
The giant wheel of cheese and they're chasing it down the mountain. Yeah. Wild.
So cultured.
Do you have a thing where people make parade floats and toss them into a lake?
Actually, I know what you're talking about. There's a Red Bull thing that they do. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Do that. Yes.
Yes, they do that. They do that. We had a whole thing with that for a while.
Yes, where you make the boats and you just go off the edge and you see if they can fly, and they never do. Yes,
they never do.
That's brilliant. I love it. I love everything about that's very American for sure. Oh man, Scarpy says not all of us need Pony Smash or Pass to be Pony Smash or Pass to be entertained.
Hey, he's one of the many ones in my chat who sponsored that, so I will not be lectured by him.
Oh my God, Mercenary, thank you so much. That's right. And the Proctophile says, what Arch doesn't understand is that if we only perform the smartest, most sensible actions available at all times, then life would be incredibly boring. Pointless fun is what makes life worth living. There you go, Proctophile. You get it.
Pointless fun is the realm of teenagers and people without consistent employment.
You make me sad.
Good. That's my purpose in life.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the Jackass movies?
Garbage that should probably have been banned in the entire world.
Can we sit down, Arch? Please, can we sit down and can we watch one of those together? Just even if it's just online, just me and you sitting there, and I'll be giggling the entire time. You'll slowly be putting bullets in the chamber, thinking about it.
Arch will actually have bronies up on the other screen while he's watching with you.
Oh wow. Uh-oh, what's
oh
he
no!
Have? Oh no! Oh no!
He's ready!
Oh no!
And his camera froze! Oh no! We don't know what happened!
Arch is gone! All it took was Jackass 3D to end Arch. Oh no!
Oh, he disconnected his camera.
That's
oh
the
wow.
worst time for Arch to go away. No.
He really did leave, didn't he? He went out with a bang.
Oh no! What happened? Johnny Knoxville got another one.
Damn.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, well, while we see if Arch does actually recover here and come back. God, talking about horrible timing.
Seriously.
It's never good to announce a death, at least a noticeable death. And for those of us who grew up in the 90s, watching Jean-Claude Van Damme play Guile in Street Fighter 2, we have a noticeable death from the film Street Fighter, the movie. He also had roles in Necessary Roughness, Peter Navy, Tua Sosopo. This guy who played E Honda has passed on to the other realm. So those of you who have seen Street Fighter, the movie, you know him, you love him. And actually, Chun-Li from the movie popped in and says, I'm so very sad to learn of the passing of my Honda. We had a blast on Street Fighter, many fond memories working with Peter, a teddy bear of a man. Condolences to his family and loved ones. You can see him right there playing his E Honda in the background, who was Chun-Li's cameraman in the movie. And you can see some nice little action shots. There's definitely some... Oh, hold on. Breaking news. Arch is alive. Thank goodness, Arch. You didn't
pull the trigger.
We'll see if my camera holds up without crashing my PC again.
You literally got the gun and everything, and then you just froze, and we're like, you went out with a bang.
It's good timing.
It's horrible timing. You had us all scared. Did you ever see the Street Fighter movie, Arch?
Yes, I watched it again recently. It's an amazing movie in many ways.
That's true. What was your favorite thing about that movie?
M. Bison, of course. So many memorable lines turning to the camera going, of course. It's like when Bison visited your village, it was the greatest moment in your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good line.
Oh my gosh. Blabs knows that reference because Darkside Phil tried to use that line in us.
Yeah, and I was like, congratulations, you learned the days of the week. Well done.
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget that. After we did our interview with Phil, like he literally put on the Bison hat and was like, yo, Phil, not a good look, man. Not a good look. And he was like, today was the greatest day of your life for me. It was Tuesday. It's like, okay, Phil, great. That was so funny. Anyways, rest in peace to E Honda. Never fun to see.
I've not watched this. Why is he called E Honda?
Well, his last name is Honda. His first name is Edmund Honda, I think is his name.
Because I when you wrote down E Honda died, I was like, the electric Honda died?
No.
And then when I was doing the timestamps, I wrote down E Ford died, and I was like, damn it, wrong car. So yeah, no.
Edmund Honda is his name.
Oh, okay, just like Narnia.
Mm-hmm. Worthy One says, don't sell yourself short, Craig. You created Screw Attack. You'll always be cool. That site left a lot of fun memories for those who attended college around that time. That's true. It did. Yeah. Hopefully we can make some more memories here with Side Strollers. Thank you very much, Worthy One. Raphael came in and says, the pepperoni pizza is actually an American creation. When I lived in Italy, it got a different name. Pepperoni is how they call bell pepper. Thank you, Raphael. Appreciate that. Interesting. Kratos came in with the $20 super chat. Says, monster trucks are more entertaining than the Mona Lisa. This never would have happened if we remained under the British boot. Then we subjugated Japan and forced them into making video games and anime instead of war weapons. See, Kratos understands.
The Japanese were never making any weapons either, frankly. They did produce a lot of toys.
Mercenary says, Arch just found out. That's what you get. Oh, no, that we don't want Arch to die. And the Mystery says, well, that escalated quickly with Arch. And Montez, let's go. Thank you very much, Mystery. We are three orange supers away from our Montez goal today. All right. We went from Street Fighter. Now let's go to Mortal Kombat. Arch, did you see the Mortal Kombat movie from like 2021 or 2020? Did you see that?
I believe I did. Was that the one? No, that was the Dead or Alive movie. They made one of those too.
Well, it was released. It was like pandemic era, and I very much liked the movie. I thought it was really good. They added a new character to it that's only been in the movies. He was like the lead, and he was the guy they followed around. But I actually very much enjoyed the reboot of Mortal Kombat. I thought it was a fun movie, and we've known that the second movie was coming for a while, but we saw yesterday for the first time that they released a promo image here for Mortal Kombat 2. This is from Todd Gardner, who is the producer of the movie. And it says coming soon, but it also says that right here, it's coming on October 24th, 2025. So spoilers for everybody. Look for it in October when it says coming soon right here. So
is there a single word in the English vocabulary that has been violated harder than the word soon?
It is a blanket term for the great unknown. Yes. Where you just say soon. And it could mean a week, could mean 3 years, could mean never.
Yeah. Any period of time in between now and the heat death of the universe.
Yeah, that's good. That's right. Like sometime soon, Arch. Well, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I was going to say Arch may be full. Sometime soon, Arch may understand full American culture. It's just kind of a ... You know, it may happen. It may not. Soon, though, right? Sometime soon, Blabs may douse herself in pepperoni perfume and make her way outside and get eaten slowly by wolves.
It would be coyotes, actually, not a wolf.
Oh, okay. Well, so Mortal Kombat 2.
Funny, though.
What's that part?
It could be funny, though. I get the mental image right now of her being bowled over by a herd of coyotes who just start licking her. And she screams as they just keep going until there's nothing but a skeleton left and they disperse.
Why are you so mean?
I'm going to let you guys have...
I don't like you right now. I'm just saying.
I don't know if it's necessarily mean. You're contributing to the ecosystem. Those coyotes would have gone hungry. And they would never have tasted pepperoni if it weren't for you.
He's not wrong.
Go eat the chickens and the turkeys next door, not me.
Well, if you smell like pepperoni, I'm just saying.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. That is one thing, though. You would smell like pepperoni. You wouldn't necessarily taste like pepperoni. So just throwing that out there. Just if you want to get super technical. Anyways, Mortal
walk around
Kombat 2.
with a bat from now on.
What? Johnny Cage, one of the most iconic characters in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat 2 is being played by Carl Urban. Now, are you familiar with Carl Urban, Arch?
I love Carl Urban, yes, because he's one of those geekdom celebrities. Because he was hired to play in the Dredd movie. And he was the guy who insisted that no, Judge Dredd does not remove his helmet. Because they were originally going to go in more of a Sylvester Stallone direction and have him take his helmet off. And it was Carl Urban who said, like, no, that's not Judge Dredd. He doesn't do that.
Well, I wonder if he's going to be taking off his glasses because he is playing Johnny Cage. And here's his first look of Johnny Cage with a fake movie poster for Uncaged Fury for Mortal Kombat 2 from the studio that brought you Rebel Without a Cage. He kind of looks like Zac Efron, if I'm being kind of real. Doesn't he kind of look like roided up Zac Efron?
If Zac Efron had surgery, which I mean he did, but no. That looks like Carl Urban trying to look cool. That's what it looks like to
Really?
me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl Urban will always be the funny doctor in Star Trek. His name I totally Bones. That's who he'll be for me.
I think he actually does kind of look like Zac Efron, if I'm being honest with you.
I kind of think that's an insult to Zac Efron right now. Well, yeah, before the roids.
No, I think he does kind of look like Zac Efron. Here you go. Look, there's Zac Efron, and there's Carl Urban.
No, look, the nose, the lips, the chin. It's not the same.
Nah, well, I'm just saying.
Stop insulting Zac Efron. I won't handle this. Won't tolerate it. No.
Okay. Well, Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out in October. That's what you need to know. It's coming soon.
Are you going to be day one in the theaters?
Probably not, but I will see it.
Will you see it in the theaters at all, or will
Yeah. I think I will. I saw the first one in theaters, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was a fun movie. I enjoy video game movies for the most part. I think we're seeing a golden era of video game movies right now. You know,
golden era.
I mean, compared to the 90s, Arch. 90s and 2000s. Let's be very, very real.
That reminds me. Have you discussed this movie on the side scrollers?
This movie. Let's see what we got. This movie on the side scrollers. Oh, Better Man. No. But we do have some breaking news at the top here, thanks to MSNBC or MSN.com. Tulsi Gabbard has been confirmed as nation's intelligence chief. There we go. What is Better Man? This is the Robbie Williams movie. Yes.
Yes, where they decide to make Robbie Williams into a monkey for reasons unknown to anyone, I think.
Yeah, I know that it came out in the United States and it bombed like horribly.
Really bad. Like bomb doesn't even come close to describing it. Like I think it earned like $3 or $4 million total.
Yes.
Was it Robbie's decision to wear the monkey suit? I feel like it was.
It's got to be, because surely nobody else would be like, "Hey, Robbie, we're gonna make you into a CGI monkey."
Yeah, he's an odd fellow.
So, according to Wikipedia, that movie that you mentioned had a $110 million budget.
Damn.
And made less than $20 million worldwide. Wow. So, yikes.
Who was in the cast? Like, besides Robbie Williams? There was a list.
Well, there you go.
Anyone interesting?
Steve Pemberton was in it. So was Liam Head, I guess. And so is John O'May. So there you go.
I feel like that top thing is a little bit of an insult, though. Robbie Williams as himself.
Yeah. Hey, man.
He's a monkey.
He's a monkey.
Yeah. Movie did not do very well. A movie that did do well was How to Train Your Dragon. Now, Blabs, you're really excited about this. This How to Train Your Dragon stuff, because there's the movie, the live action movie is coming out. And are you, first off, are you excited about this live action movie?
I didn't want it. I don't want it. I don't want a remake of a fabulously well done series of movies. There's 3 of them in the series. I think they're phenomenal. I don't want it. However, watching this trailer, I'm like, it doesn't look bad, but the thing is, it's incredibly unnecessary. So my criticism is the 2 race swaps of the 2 kids. Obviously, one of them is Astrid, and the other one, I forgot his name, but he's one of the other guys, like one of the main kids, and he's race swapped. You can see it in the images, but like it's like a carbon copy of the movie. The lines, everything that they say in the trailer is in the original movies. It's like, so this is really unnecessary, unneeded. But it looks a lot better than Disney. But also my point is Disney has set the bar so low that anything can be better than Disney.
I think this movie is going to be a giant hit, especially coming off of this is going to be, if you look at the timing of this, June 13th, which is 2 weeks after the opening of Epic Universe. So if you don't think these things are timed out purposely, man,
it's going to do so well. And like I said, I don't think it looks bad. I actually think it looks pretty good for live action, but it's unneeded. I don't want it. I don't want it to do terrible, though, because I also just don't want it. Go away. Why did you have to make this? But like, I think, like you're saying, it's going to do really well. And as they're even tying in with the theme parks, like I just saw this giant like animatronic robot that's going to be one of what's his face's name? The dragon, not Hiccup. What's his name? Toothless? Yeah, Toothless. It's like one of his kids is going to be like an animatronic inside of the parks, and they're going to do it so well because Universal Studios does do a pretty good job overall. I know I was shitting on the casting clothing last week, but for the most part, they do a really good job. So I don't want it.
Arch, do you have an intense connection to How to Train Your Dragon?
Well,
as a Viking.
As somebody who's had his heritage dragged through the muds on multiple occasions, including black female Viking chiefs in the Vikings television series, I'm long used to this, to have my people race swap, my heritage destroyed. Cultural appropriation is bad and must die. But it probably will do well, because it does look like a faithful adaptation that they just, had a checklist for. Like, well, we've got to get some black people in there somehow. So there you go. And the movement of Toothless, which I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to call it Blackie for a while, because it's a night fury. Look really good, because in the actual Pixar, it's not Pixar. Is it Pixar? It's Pixar.
It's DreamWorks.
No, it's not Pixar. DreamWorks, yes. The way they animate the dragons is excellent, because they feel very feline and cute looking, right? So I was worried that they'd go too far in the realism direction and just make them look weird, uncanny valley, but they seem to have done a very good job with that. And I kind of, like, part of the child inside of me misses the days where we used to have, like, real-life actors alongside cartoon characters, Like,
Pete's Dragon?
Yeah, what was the one, the basketball one with Michael Jordan?
Space Jam?
Space Jam,
yeah.
Go.
Yeah, Space Jam's great.
I liked that style. So if they're kind of doing it here, but not really, I'd honestly kind of prefer it if they do cartoon dragons instead.
It is ironic because they're like, this is the live action, but then they very much kept Toothless and all the other dragons as close as possible to the animation. So it's all CGI, but it's still live action. And I have to say, I will give the chick who plays Astrid credit. I know she's not the right look, so to speak, but she actually, like, from what I saw, like, the way she delivers the lines is very Astrid from the animated, the original movies. So I will give her credit for that. I just don't understand why, if you really wanted her, you didn't give her the context and the wig, or just dyed her hair or whatever, and it would have been problem solved. But no, quotas, check marks.
Yeah, because her actual skin color is not that far
she's pretty
from
pale.
Astrid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be massive. Let's get to some super chats before we get to our next story here. John came and says, I always saw The Miz as the live action Johnny Cage. That's actually really good. He would be a great Johnny Cage. Thank you very much. Scarfy says, I don't know about soon, but the phrase bend the knee has been so overused that I had to use it to explain the word capitulate. Thanks, Dan and Dave. Thanks, Scarfy. Maverick Marty came and says, Carl Urban will always be Reaper from the first Doom movie with The Rock. It's a bad movie, a really bad movie, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure. Let's go. Thank you so much, Maverick Marty. Scarfy says, so that was the White Ape Lovecraft talked about. Thank you, Scarfy. Sayed Homippo says, can he do the split kick, though? Can Urban fight like Cage? One of the best scenes of the old MK movie was Johnny Cage nut punching Goro. By the way, new Mortal Kombat movie ruined Raiden and killed Kung Lao. Thank you, Hippo. Appreciate that. Scarvy came back, says, I'd rather watch Ronald the Barbarian than that. Ronald
the Barbarian, a parody character.
Okay.
I think from quite the way back in the day.
Followed up and says, what reboots will come after live action reboot? They'll just go back to animation again.
Yeah, probably, because the reason why they do live action is often just to refresh an IP, in essence.
Which is so weird because How to Train Your Dragon did so well, right? There was all the shows and the spin-off or whatever it is and the merch, and it does really, really well. So I don't understand why they would do this, especially with the theme park, which is going to be based off the movies. Because we have to think in time, when they were playing all this stuff out, the movie's not even out yet, right? So they're basing everything in the theme park off the original movie. So it's animated stuff. Just whatever. Makes no sense to me. I'm sad.
Dragon Master came in with the 20, says, Doge is the justice we needed for so long. Thank you, Dragon Master. And yes, I definitely agree. Wasp came in with the 10, says America invented the first modern machine gun before the airplane. American culture can be described as I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I love my country. Let's go, Wasp. Good for you, America. All right. Hey, Arch, good news, man. I got great news for you. The first ever Olympic Esports Games is coming in 2027. Look at this, to Saudi Arabia. Arch, I can feel the excitement coursing through your veins right now for the first ever Olympic Esports. Your thoughts?
I think esports flopped terribly in Korea already, and I'm not sure I want to see it do so again.
I agree with you. I'm not a big esports guy. I've never been a big esports guy.
I love the idea. Like I like the idea of it. And I was even really into watching a bunch of the Korean esports for a while, but it's kind of stagnant. Like I don't feel like it really has the wow factor, the show factor that it needs and deserves. So I have a lot of thoughts when it comes to esports. I agree with you. I think the idea of esports is amazing. Right? The idea that, because at its core, that's what video games are. They are competition. So creating a competitive environment is great. Here's the problem with it, is that you are taking something that, like, if I was to watch basketball, the game at its core is very simple, right? You take this orange ball and you put it in that hoop, and that's it, right? And then you learn, hey, you can only dribble with one hand. You can only take 2 steps, and you learn the rules inside of it. But at its core, the basic rules are put the ball in the basket, right? Same thing with soccer. Kick the ball in the goal, right? When it comes to traditional sports, most sports are fairly easy to understand. Like American football, a little bit different, right? Baseball, at its core, throw the ball, hit the ball, run. Esports in particular, video games in particular, that have been chosen around esports are confusing. They're not easy to understand at first glance. And when you look at a game like League of Legends or Overwatch, or a game like that's been heavily invested when it comes to esports, it's hard to understand. It's hard to explain what's happening to those who don't truly know. And I think that's the biggest issue. And that's why events like Evo, where the idea is very simple, this person is fighting against this person, and the person who fights better is the winner. That's why Evo is so much better than traditional esports. And that's why it's been able to thrive since its beginning. Whereas you've seen other esports go by the wayside and falter and never be able to make profit. I don't know. Your thoughts on that, Arch? Yeah, the complicated nature of it is definitely one thing. And also the heavy usage of lingo because you have to use terminology specific for the game. If you're playing League of Legends, for example, you've got terms like laning, for example, last hitting, and so on. It would be like entering into basketball, and then they're using only like terminology, which can become very indistinct for, you know, the common person, lots of shibboleths in essence. And it's also just the fact that it doesn't have the kineticism of sport. When you're watching sport, there's real life people doing real life athletic things. At the very least, you can marvel at the athletes, you know, people in peak condition doing incredible things, and it's quick and action packed. But esports, often you've got like a long laning phase. Your fighting games is better because at least then you have just the direct action. But even then, I feel like a lot of people would look at it and go, well, there's just 3D figures punching each other. I think there will come a time when this will become more sport-like, but I think we need an entire new generation to basically grow up with this to be interested in it.
So I would say that generation has already happened that grew up with esports, because esports really kind of started to kick off in 2006, 2007, 2008. I remember going to a big esports tournament in Dallas with the Frag Dolls. Remember the Frag Dolls from Ubisoft? Does that ring a bell with you at all, Arch?
No. The only one I remember from the esports team was Victus in League of Legends. The team so bad, they had to kick them out of the tournament because people were bullying them.
Well, the Frag Dolls they were founded in 2004, and they were a group of girl gamers recruited and employed by Ubisoft with the aim of promoting games at Ubisoft through the inclusion of participation of esports. And the Frag Dolls dissolved in May 2015. So I remember going to these things early on, and going back to the original point of, I think it's one of those things where we're now 20 years into esports and it hasn't taken off. At least not to the level where people were sinking millions of dollars into these things. And here's another issue with esports is that this is not like basketball isn't owned by anybody, right? Football, soccer isn't owned by anybody. This is a game that anybody can play, but Overwatch is owned by somebody, right? Street Fighter is owned by somebody. So there are rules that they and only they can implement, or it has to be in their vision. It's not like this open source game that anybody can play and anybody can develop and anybody can modify. Whereas in sports in its purest form is open source. Anybody can play, anybody can modify the game or up their skill, if you want to use that analogy. And that's something that I think that esports is very much missing. It's an interesting conversation.
You also make a good point there about the updates, because football hasn't received a lot of updates in its existence, whereas an esport, okay, let's say that you do learn the rules. All right. Well, a month later, the rules might have changed. A month after that, the rules may have changed again. A month after that, the rules have changed for a third time. You'd need to keep up with it very closely, I guess.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I would say that when it comes to, you used to mention football or basketball, the games do change. There are updates to rules, right? When it comes to, the NBA or whatever league you like to watch for soccer. But they're marginal updates. They're quality of life updates. Whereas with esports in particular, the games, there's entirely new seasons with entirely new maps, with entirely new guns. The guns function and one gets nerfed or whatever, and it totally changes the game. So, yeah, man. Anyways, so we have esports coming in 2027 to Saudi Arabia. And I know Saudi Arabia is very, very big when it comes to esports. But by the way, we do actually have footage of the Olympic Esports Committee showing up here about 15 years too late.
How do you do, fellow kids? What?
And I think that sums it up pretty damn well.
It's kind of ironic, though, because nothing screams video games like Saudi Arabia, of all places,
Well, they're big.
They're big now for sure, but they weren't always. And it's also just ironic because of like the timing with Saudi Arabia with sports right now. I don't know if anyone's following soccer, but they're really big. They're starting to like buy up soccer teams and stuff in Saudi Arabia.
A lot of Saudi money, man.
Really, really rich.
Yep.
That's right.
Nothing screams soccer like Saudi Arabia.
Hey, check this out. Sorry about my first super chat. My name is Dobramir. Let's go, Dob. Says that's your American problem. On the 14th, I will celebrate Trifon Zarazan, according to an old Bulgarian custom, the day of the wine and the winemaker. Let's go. Thank you, Dob. Appreciate that.
Oh, it's a real thing. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Jorge came in and says, please tell Arch that as a Nordis plays the game, played the game Skyrim. Blabs, check out the tomato score for Cap 4. Sure, Saudi Arabia, where they don't tolerate certain people. Oh, yeah, Montez. Jorge, that's a lot of things right there. Thank you very much.
It's so ironic because you'll see like on these jerseys for soccer that are like owned by like Saudi Arabia, they'll be like, end racism.
Yes.
Oh, the irony is just so hilarious.
Yes.
And then the LGBT, gamers are everyone's welcome. Saudi Arabia. It's like, oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great news, Arch. We have hit our Montez goal for the day. How great is that? Where will the Montez Slam take place today, Arch? Will it take place in Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Dustborn, The Moon, or the Mushroom Kingdom?
Well, we were talking about Mortal Kombat today, so that seems the natural place.
It is a favorite for the Montez Slam.
Round 1. Fight.
Bitch! Montez!
Fatality.
Montez!
It's awesome. It's awesome every time. It really is. All right, great job, guys. I did set a new Montez goal. We'll go 10 for 10 this next time around. Maybe we can get Montez doing a Montez Slam over in Street Fighter 2, perhaps. All right, let's move on. Coming up later today, Arch, we have an update from the PlayStation coming off their big hack. The State of Play returns today, this afternoon. It's going to be a 40-minute presentation. They're going to give you news and updates for great games coming to the PlayStation 5. You don't care because you are a PC master race son of a gun, or do you? Do you care about the State of Play today, Arch?
Well, I'm sure they'll introduce many exclusive video games, and the current definition of exclusive is on PC and a console, so maybe.
That has kind of been the running gag. The one thing that I think could truly cause some chaos is if they were to announce, we talked about this briefly yesterday, the idea of them announcing Halo coming to PlayStation 5 with the Master Chief Collection. I think that would be pretty spectacular, or at least cool to see. Very weird.
Do you think they will announce Stellar Blade on PC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think didn't they already announce that it's coming to PC?
Oh, they already announced it's coming, but they never, or like it's heavily rumored, but I'm pretty sure it's announced, but they never gave a date. That's what I'm saying. Like they'll say a date.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream reaction to that, but we'll certainly talk about it tomorrow on the show for sure. Everyday Doug says modern esports games are confusing, and I target a very narrow audience. I insist speedrun esports of retro games like Super Mario Bros. 3 Zelda would appeal to a much wider audience, and everyone understands. That's why Games Done Quick is such a massive success every year. Everybody can understand that for sure. Grimlock says, I think esports should go full gimmick like WWE imagined a Stone Cold Steve Austin playing Call of Duty. It'd be great. Oh, man, that'd be awesome. That is one thing that esports is missing, is characters. 100%. Scarfy says, imagine AI esports. Oh, yeah. He followed up with says, esports are the least ridiculous thing that Saudi invested in. Look at their construction projects. Dragon Master came in with a gifted membership to the channel. Let's go. Love that. Thank you very much. If you guys got gifted membership, make sure you say thanks. Marksman says, esports should allow slurs, as that's the real game. Scarfy says, I might funded a Pony Hearts of Iron or two, but I always draw the line for smash or pass. Arch playing horror games is true entertainment. You like the horror games, Arch?
No, that's why they like making me play them.
Maverick Marty says, my problem esports is it's all shooters and fighting. What about speed or score run style esports games? Esports doesn't take off because it doesn't expand. Rolando says, you mentioned frag dolls. One of them, who I won't name, is a dear friend. Haven't talked to them in a bit, though. Well, Rolando, you're probably no longer a friend because you're watching our show. Just want to point that out. So thank you, Rolando. Dirtus King came in with a 20, says American football was better in the 80s to the 2000s when men could slam into each other at 100 miles an hour. I miss balls to the wall defensive football. Soccer is for the effort man lovers, while rugby is more for the manly man lovers. All right, Dirtus King, the manly man lovers here for rugby. Thank you, Dirtus King. Appreciate that greatly. Okay, now I don't know if you saw this. You're a big RPG guy, Arch. You like RPGs and you like tabletop gaming and things like that, yeah?
I do like pro rocket propelled grenades, yes.
Yes, it's good stuff. Are you familiar with RPG.net? RPG.net.
Sounds like a forum of some kind.
It is a forum, and it's been around since 1996. It's been around for a long, long time, has a lot of information, a lot of conversations that have taken place over the last 30 plus, going on 30 years here. It's been a website that's been around for a long time. Well, they made a decision. They have made a decision over at RPG.net, and that decision is to, you're going to be banned if you talk about the Orange Man. Here it is. From the forum administrator, new ban, do not post in support of Trump or his administration. Blabs, I would like for you to read this.
I'm just curious if this has anything to do with any other administration, or is it just one? Something to think about.
What do you think, Blabs?
Something to think about. I'm assuming it's just one, which is pretty shitty. The following policy announcement is the result of over a year of serious debate by the moderation team. Which, again, that questions me, what I just said. The decision is as close to unanimous as we ever get. It will not be the subject of further debate. We have fully considered the downsides and ultimately decided we have to stay true to our values. We will not pretend that evil isn't evil or that it becomes a legitimate difference in political opinion if you put a suit and tie on it. We are banned in support of Donald Trump or his administrations on the RPG.net forums. This is because his public comments, policies, and the makeup of his administration are so wholly incompatible with our values that formal political neutrality is not tenable. We can be welcoming to, for example, persons of every ethnicity who want to talk about games, or we can allow support for open white supremacy. Not both. Below will be an outline of the policy and a very incomplete set of citations. That's funny.
Pretty outstanding. I mean, really,
Right?
extremely tolerant right here. I think I really appreciate most about how it will not be the subject of further debate. What they say goes. It's almost dictatorial, if you will, or fascist, if you will, to shut down the conversation around this simply by mentioning Donald Trump or his administration.
They also openly called everybody who doesn't agree with this statement a white supremacist. Even if they're black or Asian or Hispanic or, gay, you are a white supremacist.
By the way, there's one last little bit here at the bottom here, Blabs. You gonna read that?
We have a community here that we've built carefully over time, and support for elected hate groups aren't welcome here. We can't save the world, but we can protect and care for this small patch that is this board.
Arch, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, I am, of course, a vocal supporter of the white supremacist cause, now headed by Tulsi Gabbard.
That's right.
A woman.
That's right.
Yes, as a key component of being white supremacist is embrasure of delicious brown women. Has been so for a very long time these days. And that also, I think, answers Blabs' question. Is this just one administration? Yes.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, I would like to highlight here that in their statement, they talk about being, apolitical. They talk about, how important it is for them. They didn't want to be political, and but they will not pretend that evil isn't evil, or that it becomes a legitimate difference of political opinion if you put a suit and tie on it here. Arch, what were you going to say?
I mean, apolitical here simply just means for the left and not for anything else. Simple as.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I did a little research on this and actually went to the RPGNet forums. And what greets you literally at the top of the page? Look at how tolerant they are. They're so tolerant at the top, right there, ready to go, just meet you right there. Because why not? Because it's right there staring you at the face when you first walk in, which I think tells you everything.
I also like how it says now on Blue Sky also.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. This is the fake tolerance that you see, and it's all guised with the idea of, it's disguised with the idea of like, look at how accepting we are. We're so accepting because we are enabling mental illness over here. It's amazing to see the amount of acceptance that is in the gaming space. And once again, they're not here. This is all gaming, by the way. They're not here to save the world, guys. They're here to protect and care for the small patch that is that board. So their job is to protect you from Orange Man now. By the way, Arch, have you seen the footage of Donald Trump and his administration wrangling up all the transgender and gay people and putting them in camps? Have you seen that footage?
Not yet, but I'm hoping it'll emerge any day now.
I mean, there's been a lot of talks of this. There's a lot of people who are very scared for their lives. Blabs, have you seen this footage at all?
No.
Okay, I haven't seen it either.
That's why.
That's right, because it doesn't exist. That's right. Because these people are so scared. It's amazing to see. So
it was the bishop in the church at the beginning of the Trump administration. You saw that when he was going to a sermon, and the bishop, some lady bishop, started talking about how everyone is so afraid now.
That's right. That's right. Everyone is so afraid. And what are they afraid of?
The evil right-wing death squads, I'm sure.
Yeah,
the ones that were supposed to arrive last term, and yet this was a campaign promise that went unfulfilled.
That's right. We are now 4+ years into this this campaign here, and there is yet to be a single person rounded up and put into a death camp. But hey, whatever. Well, that's go ahead,
just the left-wing view of it, which is my politics isn't political because I'm just a good person. Your politics is political, so I get to ban it.
Yes. It's amazing. So, well, good for RPGNet for being the vastly superior, morally superior people, and letting everybody know that. Congratulations. Blabs, I'm sorry to hear. We do have news, unfortunately, for Blabs.
You are racist.
Awesome.
Okay. Some other fun news that's come out since this administration has returned to office is we saw the Gulf of Mexico be renamed to the Gulf of America. Arch, your thoughts?
Funny. It is insignificant, but funny. I mean, I just kind of adore how Donald Trump has come into office with the full realization that he is the only superpower on Earth and is now going to start bullying people. And I mean, before the election, especially over in Europe, there were so many European leaders who were like, yes, we've got a plan for how to deal with Trump. And yeah, they do. The plan is to bend over and take it.
He is definitely letting people know that the United States is the boss. And I think that's really pretty funny, to the point to where he's renaming bodies of water. Now, I did see this meme where it was somebody who was upset that he renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf. He's like, I will not call it the Gulf of America. And then somebody responds with like, but then why would you dead name it? And their brain breaks at the idea of it. Anyways, one of those persons who just can't get past this idea of the Gulf of America is IGN reviewer Len. Now, this is a post from Nerd Cognito over on X, where this person has been caught. Yes, that's an IGN reviewer threatening to deduct points from a video game score because of politics. Yes, they are still employed. This is why a secondary media of small voices, including yours and ours, is so vitally important. This person saying, I'll take a whole point off a review score for any future maps games that call it Gulf of America. You think I'm joking? You think I want to do this forever? I can start some fires on the way out. Try and call the bluff. Nobody has ever let this amount of soft power go to their heads before. So there we are. We have this person who is they're going to fight the power by deducting scores on video games, Arch.
Yep. It's truly a terrifying proposition, no doubt.
And wouldn't you know it, this person is so strong in their beliefs. Blabs, I bet you know what happened here. As soon as it happened, what happens?
Protected or blocked or both.
That's right. They went into protected mode over here pretty much immediately because they clearly. Oh, by the way, they. Just want to point that out. It's important.
An elf.
Yes, and some sort of elf. So give it up for Len over here, if that is Len's real name. To the point
Probably
where
like Robert.
Yes, Johnny. But we're at the point to where, like, I actually would love to see this person like actually review a game that actually had the Gulf of America in it, you know. And maybe they should what if we went into a game that, you know, took place in the United States that actually did receive a patch that changed the Gulf of America to the Gulf, or the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And I wonder how that would go over in their world. Probably very, very bad. Very, very bad. But I don't know. I think this is one of those things where you have somebody who is ideologically captured, keeping in mind that San Francisco is the home base for IGN. And what do you get at IGN in San Francisco? People like Len. So any thoughts on that, y'all?
It's just the standard usual nonsense. Our politics are good, your politics bad, therefore I will use any tools at my disposal. It's a wonderful thing to see, because it just allows our side to understand that, yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of coexistence with these people, and they can't really do any damage. I mean, does anybody take IGN or PC Gamer's review scores seriously anymore?
No, of course not. But what was interesting about they statement was that they said, do you think I want to do this forever? Like, do you think that they want to review video games forever? No, they don't. This person is literally a tourist in the industry. They have no end. Like, you would think that if you're that passionate, you would want to review games forever. But no, you feel the need to promote your activism while just using games as a canvas for you to do so. By the way, total side note. This is actually, this is not the person. Never mind. I'm gonna pull back on that. Never mind. Okay, so good for IGN. I'm sure nothing will come of that, and I'm sure nothing will happen at all. But Mr. G came in with the $9.99, says doing it for Montez. Let's go. Kratos says, I suggest the Streisand effect on RPGNet, in which people create accounts exclusively to shower his admiration with praise, making my first account now. I think that'd be the RPGNet thing. I think it would be really funny if you went in and you just talked about how great of an administration Biden was. And you talked about just constantly, that's all you did was talk about how great of an, but it was just code for Orange Man.
You just write down, thanks, Obama.
Right, over and over again. Obama. Corona Soul says RPGNet's ideas are so fragile they can't withstand scrutiny or opposition. They need to beat Montez. Also, Montez punch out win. Ooh, man. Montez, Mike Tyson's punch out would be great. Thank you for that. Let's jot that down as an idea.
Okay.
Thank you. Marmalin says Gulf of America does make sense, but whatever. Thank you, Marmalin. Kratos came back, says, I heard he changed it to exploit a loophole and get around something that prohibited drilling oil in the Gulf of Mexico. 4D chess master at work here. Yeah, man. I heard that as well, but I don't know. Master Gawa says RPGNet made me the face of Filipino white supremacy. Someone's got to do what Nick Fuentes wasn't straight enough to do. Let's go, my side scroller bros. Thank you very much. GK says Gulf of America is a great name change. Naming a body of water after a single country is imperialistic in nature. Should be named after the continent. See, there you go, GK. You figured it out. Dragon Master gifted a membership to the channel. Thank you very much. Snake Master says a few people I look up to: Chloe Cole, Riley Gaines, Chris Hansen, and Donald Trump. Can you bet? Like, the fact that he had to put a V in there is crazy. That you can't put our sitting president's name in.
Dude, you can't even have booty on YouTube.
That's crazy. Also, is that a no on a community Montez scene competition? Hi, Arch. No, if you guys want to make your own Montez animations, go crazy. That's, yeah, for sure.
You can post them on locals.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to sidescrollspodcast.com. Scarpy says, quick, make a Gulf of America mod in Dustborn. That's great. All right, let's go and move on. We have, I'm going to do a little bit of, let's see, we're already at 125. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to this right here. Okay, so we've had Master of TDS on the show several times. And they released a video earlier today about some of the connections in the video game space to Sweet Baby Inc. Now, on the surface, we were talking about this before the show, and on the surface, this is, I don't know, Blabs, your concerns, not concerns, but your thoughts on this were what?
It's kind of a nothing burger because we can relay these type of reactions to how people are perceived every day, or like actions like, I'm just going to be a little bit political here, and I'm sorry, but Joe Biden pardoning Fauci, covering up your tracks, covering up your trails, all this other stuff. And this is exactly what Sweet Baby Inc. is doing. So it's nothing surprising to me whatsoever. And I feel like people are like, oh my God. It's like, no, what did you expect? It's a whole rabbit hole. We've been talking about it for like 2 years.
Well, Gothic Therapy is their channel. They just passed 10,000 subscribers, and I encourage everybody to go over and check out their channel. They've been doing some great work. They Master TDS does a really good job on X. He is a super analytical researcher, does a great job discovering things. I wanted to take a couple minutes and watch a few minutes of their latest video and talk about kind of why this is important. And this is a video that says exclusive Landfall's shadow publisher exposed, and how this syncs up with Sweet Baby Inc. and DEI and manipulation and such like that. Now, Arch, I don't know if you've seen this video or not. Just got published, but we'll stop and start as we see fit. I'm gonna turn this on to time and a half, so we can kind of get through this a little bit quicker. But I do want to, like, the reaction to this video is what's most interesting to me here. So let's go and check this out.
Landfall Games, that's not surprising. They're the studio behind hit games like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator or Tabs, Cluster Truck, Stick Fight the Game, and even their newest title, Content Warning.
Just to be clear, those first three games are all spectacularly fun games. Total Accurate Battle Simulator, it's really, really fun. Have you played any of those, Arch?
I have not, no.
Okay, Landfall is great. Here we go.
So, physics-based nonsense that makes people scream in either joy or rage. Got it.
Pretty much. But here's what nobody knows. Landfall Games isn't just making wacky indie games. They're running a secret business empire in plain sight. That's where Wings Interactive comes in. If you haven't heard of them before, that's exactly how they want it. Wings Interactive is a consulting and funding group, a lot like SBI, except instead of pushing writing and narrative changes, they fund and support game studios. But here's the thing. Wings isn't an indie fund at all. It's a front, a puppet company designed to let Landfall Games secretly control indie projects while pretending to be hands-off. But don't take my word for it. Let's read their own mission statement. Wings believes that some of the most creative and successful games of tomorrow will be made by teams where women and other marginalized gender developers hold key creative, technical, or business positions. To create those opportunities, Wings provides project funding up to $500K and business support for teams to self-publish their games and build sustainable studios.
Ah, yes. Independent, but only if they approve of you.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. If you search for Wings Interactive, you will find 0 connections to Landfall Games.
Almost like they don't want you to know.
The missing piece of the puzzle? Wings' real name. They don't just operate as Wings Interactive. Legally in Sweden, they're known as Vingar Interaktiva, AB.
And why does that matter?
Because Vingar Interaktiva AB is registered at the same address as Landfall Games. That's not just a coincidence. That's a cover-up. If Wings was truly independent, why would it share an office, a legal address, and even board members with Landfall? Not only that, but at least 12 companies are registered at this same location. And guess what? We've proved they're all connected to Landfall.
Okay. So this on the surface is, honestly, it's not that big a deal. You see companies and subsidiaries all over there, and Landfall has this idea that they want to push for a greater good that they perceive. So they have this subsidiary or another company that they started that has board members overlapping. Not that crazy of a thing. So they get called out on this. What is crazy about this is the response for people noticing that they're connected to this company. And Master TDS followed up here as Master TDS was on Smash's stream last night and mentioning how this thing, Wings Elevate, was connected to Netflix games. Now, I'm going to bring that back here in just a second. Interesting stuff that they're connected here. But here's the response to them kind of being called out and the connection, once again, from Landfall to this Wings Elevate. They have deleted their Twitter account, all in, and they've removed the page of the website listing games that they've worked on. So that to me is the interesting thing about this, is if you're so proud of the work that you do, when somebody actually notices the work that you do, why would you run scared immediately? Deleting your social media, deleting the websites, and also going in and removing all of the members of their team and selection committee from your website. Arch, does that make sense at all?
Well, the charitable interpretation would be that they wish to avoid any controversy whatsoever, and so they're just going to scorch the earth to avoid it, I guess. But it does raise the question as to what exactly they're hiding, because if this is such a good thing and there's nothing problematic about it, then surely they would just ignore it. Right. So it's a bit weird.
Bringing it back, like I said, to me, it's the response here. But this reason I wanted to talk about this was you talk about the how this was tied to Netflix games. And when I saw that this morning, I was like, oh, shit. Because I had a friend who applied for a role at Netflix games and was prompted to answer the questions of how they self-ID as part of the application. And this was one of the very first things that they had to fill out as part of the application. And they said there's no bearing on the hiring process. So but why would you need to ask in the first place? So this is one of the first things that they ask when you have this thing that is built around the idea of provide selective teams of gender marginalized game developers with the opportunity to progress. Like, none of this makes sense to me at all. And I don't know. It doesn't make sense because if you're so proud of it, why would you want to scurry back into the shadows like rats?
Well, one of the problems with it is that this is technically illegal in most of the civilized world. You're not supposed to be handing out anything based on immutable characteristics. It's discrimination. It's largely illegal. hiring practices as well. Now, this is, I'm presuming, in America, so I don't know there. But in Norway, it's illegal to ask what you self-identify as it is considered a non-relevant employment question, because everybody is supposed to be on the same level playing field.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also the thing that Disney got sued for a while ago, I think. Discriminatory hiring practices, because I think it was Elon that leaked out one of their hiring application forms, not the application form, but the back-end form for the actual company itself, which mentioned that they needed to give special favors to those of the correct shading and so on. It might very well, and since this is in Sweden, it is definitely illegal in Sweden to discriminate based upon immutable characteristics. So it might, this is never enforced against these companies because it's the correct politics, the positive discrimination. But theoretically, if it could be proven that they had discriminatory hiring practices or were giving out grants based exclusively on, gender or sexuality, etc., that could very likely be an actual crime.
Well, that's the one thing I don't understand about this, is the idea that it seems very discriminatory. And once again, it just goes back to the idea, if you're so proud, why would you run and hide? If you're doing nothing wrong, why wouldn't you just, why would you want to delete all your social media and delete members of your board? It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's honestly just more of the same. And I encourage everybody to go check out the Gothic Therapy YouTube channel. Once again, just crossed 10,000 subscribers. Great for them. Go subscribe down here and go check out the good work they do, because they do some really autistic research and they shine light on these people that are just brutally racist and discriminatory. And I think that is a great thing. That is a great thing to shine light on these people. So good on Master TDS and Gothic Therapy as a whole. So awesome. Hexforge came in. Says Vingar AB is Swedish for Wings Inc. Ah, yes. Well, I think Landfall is a Swedish company. So appreciate that, Hexforge. That puts us at 6 of our 10 for our yellows for the next Montez Slam. Brainsocks with the 5 says a little support, back to work and lurk. Hey, appreciate that. Love the work and the lurking and love the support. Appreciate that greatly. Master Gawa says game funding groups are NGOs and all spend government money. Soros types would go broke if they had to spend their own money rather than yours for their agenda. Honey Badger says, Craig, what was the name of that game programming advertisement you did like a month or 2 ago? Oh yeah, yes, that was boot.dev. Boot.dev. Which once again, I can give you our promo code for that if you're going to do that. Boot.dev was really, really great. So hit me up on X and I'll send you the link so you can check it out. If you want to learn the code, it's awesome. Sly Rise says the Gulf of America oil drilling situation refers to the Outer Continental Shelf Act of 1953, which Biden enacted on a way out the door. Thank you, Sly Rise. Solon Lynch says, in the vast darkness of space, nobody can hear Dev screaming, nothing is connected. No, wait, Gulf of America mod for Depression Quest. There you go. All right, we are 4 yellow super chats away from our next Montez Slam. Let's get on that and get there. We do have a bunch of support, and we have a lot of stories that we have not been able to hit today, but we will continue on tomorrow. Arch, you want to stick around as we get to some of these super chats, or would you like the opportunity to bounce?
I've got a little while longer.
All right, Blabs, fire away. Let's start with Luigi Ed over here.
Okay, I gotta screw all the way up. All right, Luigi says dog with pickles is Philip approved. Jesus. Rudy says not that BBC, Craig. Try and keep it clean. Confused Hitman says tomatoes are neither fruit or vegetable. They are a nightshade, and that has been the more you know moment. Well, actually, I knew that.
You knew it?
Yeah, I studied fruit and vegetables in college. Fun fact. Yeah.
There we go.
George says, please, Arch, as a Nord, tell me he plays Skyrim.
I have played Skyrim, yes.
Go. Marksman says, the mines are understaffed. We needed more children. How can feds retire without more workers? Children yearn for the mines.
Thanks, Marksman.
Fauststep says, my mom went through and hand-wrote all the solutions for the SMB3 memory game so she can max out her power-up acquisition.
Let's go, Felsta. That's a hardcore mom right there.
Angela gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much, Angela.
All right, Angela. Thank you.
Benjathan says, gets chocolate, gives chocolate back. Simple as. Commodore fan says, in Japan White's Day, the girls give chocolate to men. Nice. M. Champion says, Blabs will be my Valentine. No, thank you. Jag says, I celebrate White Day in the US. I've never just had anything to reciprocate. Japanese Valentine's is more authentic at this point. Thank you very much. Rudy says, do they have a yellow day? No, not like that. I mean, because Asia loves The Simpsons.
Jesus. Thanks, Ruddy.
Blast says, Mario Brothers 3, Valentine's Day, Pizza Column. Let me get my corkboard designer cocaine. That's a conspiracy theory I can hatch here.
Blast Tyrant. Chill out, man.
Miko says, Craig eats corn the long way.
What?
That wasn't a no. Samurai Knight says, Arch wants to smell like stroming meat. What is that?
Fermented fish.
Ew. No thanks. Blast says, an Arch picks off the corn kernels to eat them. The more you know about these two eating corn. Jonathan says, difference between European mind and American. European should and how much does it cost? Americans are, hold my beer, this is going to be fun for someone. You know what? That's fair. Corona says, look up the Great Lizard Race in Lovington and I never won one, by the way. Thank you very much. Ministry of Wrongthink. The EU censorship algo is wild, bro. What is that avatar?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Wow. Okay. Volt says, Netflix says Europe's culture was created by Africa.
Oh, that's good. Thanks,
If
Paul.
Netflix says it must be true. Stutters. What's the crate call? How are we today? Where did you get the cloaks from?
This little boutique shop called Amazon.
Mine was gifted to me on Etsy for my birthday. It's custom to my size because I am short. What about you, Arch?
Amazon.
You went down to the street to the cloak store in Norway.
Ministry of Dinosaurs. I watched your video about Wraithbone retcon, and I just want to say I admire the pettiness of that change. Also, I get Yunari got shafted.
Of course. We did a second video on that just today with Magic the Gathering's lead designer arguing that removing the fantasy from a fantasy setting does not, in fact, diminish it. I disagree.
Suja says, forget Better Man, watch Darkman, Star Sector, Arch.
That's true.
Scarfy says, keep the patch, Daddy's got an entire nation.
There you go.
Mighty says, I'm the Hispanic Uncle Ruckus, Craig. I'll gladly go to the border and work for free and translate to the illegals. Afuera for you, afuera for you, afuera for todos. Thank you very much. Antihero says, Arch, what's your favorite RPG race and class?
White human male with sword and shield.
So basically, Arch.
Yes.
Playing
Ironically,
Arch.
though, I've often tried to play other things. So, like, wouldn't it be fun to be a Khajiit? Nah, I always play just an Imperial.
Yeah, I play as a witch on Path of Exile too. Because she has corpses and she brings them to life, and then they just kill people, and it's like power. So yeah, fitting. John Kanji says, "No, you're muted today, Craig. Congratulations!" And I thought about that. It's true and real.
The winner's me. Congratulations. All right, Blaz, we also have a post over at sidescrollerspodcast.com you wanted to let our members know about over there, huh?
Yes, I do. All right, guys. If you are a local supporter, we need 3, possibly 4 of you as a backup to be available February 17th, this Monday at 3:55 p.m. Eastern. All you need is a working camera or a microphone so we can just talk to you. A simple, basic, laptop, webcam, whatever is going to work just fine. We just need to be able to hear you and see you clearly, and decent internet. Please don't fade away from us when we're talking to you. And you need some gaming knowledge. So If you guys are a local supporter, please comment on the post on locals. It's clearly there. It's only for supporters, though. And if you are available, please comment, and I will email you soon. Thank you.
All right. Excellent. Yeah. Just let us know. We may be picked. You may not be picked. But either way, if you...
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
Yeah, that's rough.
Lord Firegod.
On a side note, I thought it'd be fun to... did you see the video being passed around of these poor people in Massachusetts who want to be the sanctuary city?
Oh, yeah, that's scary. No thanks.
Arch, did you see this video getting passed around this morning?
I don't think so, no.
I just want to watch about 30 seconds of this to really ruin everybody's day as we wrap up.
I need the city to protect because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
By the way, this person writes for Kotaku.
You should see how afraid I am of you.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can.
Could you wrap up, please? Yeah, wrap it up. You're insane.
Wrap it up. That's good.
You say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people. You better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here. I'm sorry. Am I taking too long pleading for my life?
Yes. Okay. Unironically, yes, this is your first encounter with bureaucracy. The government machine is not actually on your side. It's been milking you for votes now for 2 decades. And you're like, I'm scared. Wrap up, please. The democracy only has 30 seconds for you. Move it on. There's 300 other whiners behind you.
That's right. Your 2 minutes are up. Let's move on. Let's go. Keep it on. Keep it going. All right. Well, what a great way to finish up the show, huh? That's excellent. Appreciate y'all popping in. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hopefully you join us. Who do we have tomorrow with us, Blabs?
So we have world-class bullshitters Jeff, which is going to be hilarious, and we also have Melee K of Melee Games.
We're gonna see if Jeff wants to try a little pepperoni.
Yeah, and also Captain America 4 discussion. That'll be interesting.
Nice. We fell just about 3 yellow super short, but Harriet Tubman has come in, Blabs, with this.
Harriet Tubman for 10. You better be playing my game, white people. It came out 2 days ago. Grab your Draco and conquer the world with me. Gang, Tubbs out.
That's right.
Which, ironically, so Arch sent me a video last night of the Civ 7 developers thanking their community, saying thank you. And honestly, I didn't think there was anything wrong in it. It was just thanking their fans. But Arch would point out something right, and he was like, "What did you say? Stereotypical, right?"
Well, do you want to talk about that real quick?
Well, the thing is, we can't because they deleted the post.
They did delete the post.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually didn't see anything wrong with this video. It was just saying thank you, fans, which is like what every developer should be doing, right?
Well, they were getting ratioed because they looked like the modern audience.
I mean, yeah, but it's like they're just saying thank you. So I don't really understand what they did.
That's really funny.
I'll send you this, Blabs, on Twitter because I can't send it directly. This is Harriet Tubman as I re-envisioned her for my attempt at playing Civilization 7.
Oh, no.
I'm sharing.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks, man.
Reworked it all, huh? That's
Listen, if they're gonna gender swap my stuff, I'm gonna gender swap your stuff.
Wow, I can't imagine. Once again, why would they just totally pull that video down?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the
Because
hate.
they got ratioed. Like, Civ 7 is a terrible game. It's unfinished. It was clearly made by amateurs, and voila, the purple hair brigade. Like, yeah, of course, people are gonna look at that and go, like, yeah, I know why it sucks now.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I don't really get, like, deleting the video and just shitting on them for saying thank you. Like, that to me, I'm just like, well, that's a bit much. I understand the game's shit, but they're just saying thank you.
Well, but what are they saying thankful for? Underperforming, right? Because
I guess
the response has not been good. You can see the 51% score. It has 68,000 people in it compared to Civilization 6, which has an 86%.
Wow, what kind of players?
It still has 42,000 people in it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's just a downgrade in every way. It's ugly. The UI is bad. The gameplay is bad. The new age system is terrible. Their leaders aren't even leaders. You've got Machiavelli in there, as genius as he wasn't a leader. Harriet Tubman, like, I am qualified to lead a nation. And the new civilization system. I think I had Harriet Tubman of the Mississippians who transitioned into the Mongolians of America.
Wow. Total side note. They deleted that post. But one thing that they've done to promote their game, they just posted this. This is crazy. They have partnered with, and I haven't said this channel a long time. Epic Rap Battles of History. They have partnered with them. What they've done is they've paid Epic Rap Battles of History to create a Civ 7 promotion. That's
kind of smart.
Yeah, I guess.
Are they back to doing stuff? Because didn't they announce that they were quitting around the Trump thing or something?
I don't know. I have no idea. Good old Epic Rap Battles of History. They've been around for a long time, man. Good for them. Yeah, they have. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's looking at their channel. They did Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, King Kong versus Godzilla, and this latest one here, Napoleon versus Charlemagne. So there we go. Good for them making that money. Maybe that's why they came back. They got paid. Oh, look at it. And Harry Tubman says,
"Oh no!
Oh no!
It's over, Tub Bros.
You've been replaced." And Kusa came in and says they ask you to put all of them in one place. Easy, Kusa. Just relax. I know you're excited for that idea. All right. That's a great place to wrap up. Thank you guys very much for your support today. Once again, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We are 50 away from 1,000. So if 50 of you guys would please hit the thumbs up button right now. Make it a part of your routine on a day-to-day basis. We appreciate that. Go check out the Archcast channel over here on YouTube. Link to that is down below. So you can go check out Arch on a day-to-day basis and all the things that he has going on over there. Of course, Blabs' channel is down below. And of course, you can find me over here. And of course, over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. We encourage you guys to head over there and make a free account. If you'd like to support, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to be doing more and more. It's literally starting right now. The ball is starting to roll down the hill. We're going to get there. The momentum is going to be rolling. Date on your calendar, March 3rd. That's the day you need to know. You guys have a great day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. See you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.